Have you ever thought about how much can someone improve on guitar in a single day? Well, we'll see what I can do and what you could do also by following this guided plan I'm about to show you. Before I even attempted this challenge, I could play this sweep picking lick at about 120 BPM, and the first step I had to figure out was spaced repetition. I would be doing 6 1-hour intervals of guitar and 6 1-hour intervals of rest. Those were 1 hour of guitar and 1 hour of rest, not thinking about guitar. And that way we have, well, spaced repetition, and it's much better than if I just practiced it for 6 hours straight. My mind would be completely exhausted, and this is way more efficient. But what would I actually do, and how would I measure progress? So at the start I would play this lick for 5 minutes very slow, so I would warm up and see if I haven't drilled any of the bad habits into my guitar playing. Then I would bump up the speed to about 75% of my maximum tempo, or the tempo that I've reached in the previous 1 hour block. And if I found some mistakes, I would drill them, and yeah, I would just drill them until they're gone. And the way I would drill them is I would play it in different keys, in different positions on the fretboard, starting from a different string, clean tone versus distorted tone, and things like that. If I didn't see any mistake, I would bump up the tempo. So in the first session, I got to 145 BPM, which like 25 BPM in 1 hour, that's like crazy. I was probably on steroids then. A warning, I've gotta tell you, I could already play some sweep picking at about 200 BPM before this, but never with those arpeggio shapes and never with this sweep picking lick, so it's still a huge jump. But let's move on to the second session. Focus. So, in the second session, I tried moving the whole thing down the neck, and I got to 160 BPM, which is like another 15 BPM. We've got only 2 hours of sessions this day, and I've already improved 40 BPM. Well, I've gotta tell you one more thing. It was a lot easier down the neck. Like a whole lot easier to play it in that region of the fretboard. I don't know why, maybe like... I don't know why, I seem to get kind of stuck on the higher frets with my picking hand, but not so when I play further down the neck. On higher frets, the strings have a lot more tension in my opinion, so they don't like, you don't have much room for like the pick and for it to forgive you. But further down the neck, yeah, it's a lot easier for me to sweep. Let's move on to the third session. In the third session, I've already felt like, my god, this like spaced repetition has something with it. Or in it, or how do I say that? Well, because I've already came prepared, I was warmed up, I don't know how, but I've picked up the guitar and could already play and train like at the previous tempo, which is crazy for me. In the third one, I got to 180 BPM. And because half of the sessions was gone, we had to change things up a little bit. So I decided that I would be trying the most uncomfortable thing for me, which is playing standing up. I absolutely hate that, but yeah, I have to learn to play standing up. Yeah, so an hour of just standing and practicing went by in the fourth session, and I got to 170 BPM only. But considering the fact that I began on 120, not bad. We also needed to play it with a different tone, and that was clean tone, because I was only practicing with a distorted tone. That's not great at all, because you can drill in some really bad habits, because you don't hear each note like perfectly. A clean tone is a lot less forgiving, but you don't have to mute everything like a crazy man. Yeah, you have to practice with both. And with the clean tone, I got back to 180 BPM. And actually clean. And the thing you all have been waiting for is the final sixth session, where I tested my maximum speed, and I've improved by 80 BPM, which means that I've got to 200 BPM with this lick. I'm pretty goddamn happy with those results, and goddamn, I am happy with doing this challenge. Try it for yourself and tell me in the description down below how it came out. And until then, watch this video, subscribe to the channel, and if you've liked this video, make sure to hit the like button. I'll see you then. Goodbye.